I'm Sally Stanton and welcome to a bite-sized bonus episode of Snacks and Suitcases. And today I'm sharing a little bit more about my into the wild tiny house escape.
Mom, can I pack all my teddies?
Okay, let's get started. I thought I'd just record this bonus episode so I can dive a little deeper and share more about my stay in the Luxe tiny house, as I know some of you are thinking of booking a tiny house getaway and would like to know the finer details. As I mentioned on Tuesday's episode, I had a fabulous time with my daughter Piper and my partner Phil. We thought it was a really, really lovely, unplugged getaway surrounded by the outdoors with a touch of comfort, which is a requirement for me. So we chose tiny Madeline in Laguna, which is not far from Sydney, maybe 1 hour and 30 minutes away in the Lower Hunter Valley. It's a beautiful town. It's near the historical town of Wallamby. And Wallamby General Store just celebrated their 175th year on the weekend. Just passed. They had a huge street party. 175 years. You know it must be good if they've been around for nearly 2 centuries. So that was part of the appeal. Now, when we arrived, we had no problem switching off, especially my daughter Piper, my 10-year-old. As soon as we arrived, she took off, constantly exploring. The swing was a hit, and so was the random wobbly log. She loved riding her bike without dangerous roads and cars around. There were a couple of wombat burrows to navigate, but that was it. But why don't we actually ask her, my daughter Piper, what she thought of the tiny house? Piper, what was your favourite thing at the tiny house?
Getting to bike ride. I liked how there was a lot of area. Like you could bring your own games. We brought badminton and totem tennis, and there was a lot of time for that.
And there was so much safe space, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Safe because no cars.
Yeah, there was like no nearby roads and no cars. We couldn't hear any cars. And yeah, it was fun.
What about the inside? What did you think of the inside of the tiny house?
A bit small.
It's called the tiny house.
But you're not a light packer, are you?
No, I am not. Yes, that was quite challenging. But now I know not to bring too much.
Yeah, if you're going to the tiny house, the essentials, probably don't bring any books or board games because I was outside the most of the time.
Yeah, I really wanted to read a book, but we didn't have time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were so busy that we didn't even have time to miss our screens. Or did you want to have a little sneaky look at your iPad?
No, I didn't even think about it.
Really? Well, I guess you don't need a screen when the outdoors is so entertaining.
There's lots of fun things to do there. Exploring the town, there's an antique shop, which was your favourite. I'm not a fan of it though.
It was a bit creepy in a cool way, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see the skeleton hanging?
Yeah, that was creepy.
What else did you see?
I saw Star Wars stuff that my dad liked.
Yes, there was a lot of vintage toys from the 80s. I even saw an Astro Boy doll for about $800. I wanted it.
I don't know who Astro Boy is.
Oh, he was so cool. Also, I saw a printer, I think it was a Hewlett-Packard printer that still works for thousands of dollars. I don't know why, but it was thousands of dollars. It must be some sort of maybe there's a diamond hidden in it. I don't know. But wasn't the town gorgeous? Wallamby and Laguna, charming villages with really good food and wine and art. It's the kind of places you would just head to on a lazy weekend where you can trust they make excellent coffee. Loved the coffee there, didn't I? And yeah, food was great. And out the back of the Wallamby General Store, there was the Art Collective, which houses, I think, independent artists, local artists who make really beautiful pieces of art, including these wreaths and headbands and garlands made out of dried flowers. Do you remember that, Piper?
Maybe.
There was a lady named Shane, and she makes these beautiful pieces and also runs classes, workshops for kids and adults to come and do them. I really wish I'd bought one. I've always wanted a handmade wreath. It's not just for Christmas, it's for every day. So yeah, I really love the town. And what did you really like in the village?
I like that art shop too because there was lots of different types of art on display, and it was like not just a painting of a horse or a cow really detailed. It was like splashes of paint. It was different.
Oh, I didn't realize you were such a fan of the abstract art scene.
It's beautiful.
Sure is.
It also had tea towels and notebooks of pigs and donkeys.
And where were those pigs and donkeys from?
Where Pigs Fly Farm Sanctuary.
Which we visited when we were there. We were so lucky we had a private tour from Deb, who runs the sanctuary. You know it's the biggest in New South Wales?
No, I did not know that.
Did you like the place?
Yeah, I like Bubbles the pig. I liked it because there was lots of animals and they were all rescues, and she dedicates her time to making sure the animals are healthy, and she's kind and loving.
Do you remember what animals there were besides the pig and the donkeys?
Goats. Your favourite was Shirley.
I love Shirley. Shirley, the, what sort of goat was she? Angora goat.
Yeah. There was also horses. The horses kept following me.
Horse whisperer.
I'm an animal whisperer because all the animals couldn't stop following me. And when I gave an apple to Bubbles, she was just like this.
Is that the sound a pig makes? Is that a snort? That was it. Bubbles was enormous, probably, 100 kilos or more.
Before she came out, Mum was like talking about, does she live with you inside the house? And then he was like, not anymore. And then Bubbles comes around the corner and you're just like, oh!
I was shocked. I thought a little puppy dog was about to run out, didn't I? Or maybe it was a goat. But no, this ginormous pig who comes running out of the house.
You thought it was a dog. We already saw a dog there.
So all the animals have been rescued from other places, and they're living out the rest of their lives in this beautiful property called Where Pigs Fly.
Another animal that was there was a llama.
Was it a llama or an alpaca?
Alpaca, llama, they look similar.
I think it was an alpaca.
Well,
remember what happened?
If you if you do a kissy face, they should put their cheek to you. Instead, my dad did it and it sneezed on him.
Oh, he was covered in alpaca snot. It was so funny. So would you recommend the tiny house to other kids, to your friends?
Yes, it's very fun. Even if that it's tiny, it can fit 4 people because it has 2 big beds. Usually the kids will sleep on the high one. I'm not a fan of heights.
What are you talking about? Your bed at home is up high.
I don't like that.
Okay.
So I slept with Mum and I made Dad sleep up there. And he was snoring.
In the tiny house. And how good was our bed right under these huge windows?
Yeah, the huge windows, except we had to close the blinds, which I didn't like. But in the morning, it was freezing.
It was, but it warmed up quickly.
Yeah, it warmed up pretty quickly. But still, I liked that it was cold. I got to pop on my hoodie. You should bring a hoodie.
Bring an hoodie, Ugg boots?
Yes, I brought Ugg boots.
Boots for outdoors, walking in the wild?
Yeah, I would recommend boots, not really sneakers or like fancy shoes. They're going to get dirty. I'm telling you, they're going to get dirty.
In a good way. Hey, I haven't asked you about the composting toilet. What did you think?
It wasn't that confusing.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't confusing. It wasn't confronting. Like Renee said, it was not scary at all.
The ingredients for number 2s were 2 scoops of sawdust and 10 sprays of the something spray.
Yeah, it was like an enzyme spray. I think it breaks down the enzymes so it doesn't smell at all. And number 1s,
Just 2 sprays.
We don't want to talk about it too much, but
it might gross you out.
Only thing about the toilet was the toilet seat was cold in the morning. I would have loved a Japanese toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But that's not the sort of holiday we were having this time. We were embracing eco-friendly travel. Well, I think Piper had a fabulous time, right?
Yes, but also don't say I didn't warn you about the shoes.
The shoes and the toilet, yeah. Well, some of my favourite things, let me think. The sounds of the bush. It was very nostalgic for me. Just taking a moment to listen. And I guess that's part of slow travel, isn't it? And watching my daughter make damper over the campfire by herself, another favourite. She was teaching us, her parents, how to do it. Oh my gosh, the stargazing, super special. That is something I think we should all do. It should be a mandatory activity that city people need to do every so often. It might help put things into perspective, just staring at the sky for a good half an hour, lying there on the ground. Things I learned from the tiny house. Let's see. Don't take too much. Number one, you can't park next to the house. So you have to carry all your equipment or your gear, your luggage from your car. And that's all part of the minimal carbon footprint. You don't want to be too close to the house because it's surrounded by lush bushland. And it just won't fit. It won't fit inside the house. My suitcase didn't fit. There's nowhere to hang your clothing. The bathroom is teeny tiny. You can't put all your toiletries on display so you can see them every morning like I do. I'm notorious for being an overpacker. I take way too much, but you should not pack too much. I should have halved the clothing. Also, so many board games. We brought so many board games, books, colouring in, textures, pencils, watercolours. Oh, so many. Didn't touch any of them. We all spent most of our time outdoors, except for sleeping, using the bathroom and maybe the kitchen to cut things up. We spent all our time outdoors, so we didn't use any of that stuff. We had the best weather. It was sunny all day. The morning and nights were kind of chilly, but not too bad. We didn't need to turn on air conditioning or extra heating. It was so good. I think it's just a perfect time of year. The weather's really good in Australia right now. So perfect weather. If it's wet and cold outside, you probably want those games. But then again, I'm not sure. Maybe you'll just want to read a book and chat. Who knows? But I'm glad I took the mulled wine. Now that's a non-negotiable. That's a must pack. Kids get the s'mores, adults get the mulled wine. But maybe less stuff means more fun. I also have learned to take shorter showers, but I knew that was coming. The bath outside was very luxe. Oh, yeah. And the water did not get cold. I was expecting the water to get a little bit chilly being outside, but nope, had no problems with that. I even enjoyed having a scattering of twigs in the bath. It felt so natural and organic. Usually I'd be like, get these out of here, ew. But I loved it. Give me one more day and who knows? I may have been barefoot. No, that's not me. No, what am I talking about? That's not me. But by the last day I was wearing neutrals, so that's saying a lot. The only thing is that I still couldn't figure out the coffee machine. So next time I will take my own coffee bags because I don't know what's wrong with me, but I just cannot figure these coffee machines out. So guess what? I survived. I survived without coffee. First thing in the morning, I was okay. And they make great coffee at the Trading Post in Laguna. Okay? I'm so grateful to Renee from Into the Wild Escapes for this generous day in the tiny house. It really filled my cup and was a reset, a roam in the wild and a reset from everyday life. For everyone in the family, big and small, thank you so much for listening to Snacks and Suitcases. I hope this episode helps you and your family decide on whether a tiny house hideaway is for you. I think it's absolutely worth it. And if you know someone or you have a property and you'd like to lease it out to Into the Wild Escapes, hit me up. Send me an email and I'll pass on your details to Renee. My email is snacksandsuitcasespodcast@gmail.com, or you can go to social media, Instagram, it's @Snacks and Suitcases Podcast. I'd love if you could leave a review as well. Tell me what you think of these episodes. If you have ideas, if you want me to dive deeper into anything, let me know. Next week, I'm chatting with Bianca from the Instagram page Travel with My 3 Kids, and we are getting into beautiful Bali. Until next time, happy travels.
And don't forget the s'mores.
Oh, she's back.